30 pounds versus 150 pounds. 1 versus 3. Who wins when the toughest animal meets the smartest pack? The mighty honey badger versus hyena. The ultimate showdown. Welcome to USA Wildlife. Today, we travel to the vast African savanna. We witness two legendary survivors caught in a classic clash.
One fight to settle who truly rules this wild, wild domain.
To our viewers in the USA, Canada, and Australia, place your bets now. First, let us meet the challengers. In this corner, the honey badger.
Weighing only 30 pounds, with incredibly loose, thick skin, soft scraping sounds of paws on sandy earth accompany steady, fast-paced drumming beats. But
armed with long, strong front claws and an immunity to deadly venom. It is widely recognized as the most fearless animal on Earth. And in the opposite corner, the spotted hyena. Weighing up to 150 pounds, with bone-crushing jaws. They live in highly organized, cooperative packs of 20. These complex predators are among the smartest hunters in the wild. It is a battle of size versus spirit, pack versus solo power. Dawn breaks over the dry grasses of the open savanna. A solitary honey badger is busy digging deep into the earth for food. Suddenly, 3 spotted hyenas emerge from the brush, looking hungry. The honey badger immediately notices them, but refuses to run away. Instead, he stands tall, arching his back and growling fiercely. The lead hyena responds with a chilling, high-pitched laugh. The pack begins to circle around him, testing his defenses cautiously. The honey badger quickly spins, keeping his face toward all of them. The tense confrontation begins when neither side is willing to back down. They lock eyes, measuring each other's strength under the rising sun. The hyenas decide to charge, snapping their powerful jaws. The honey badger turns and runs, moving with surprising speed. But he is not fleeing in panic. He is heading toward the dense bushes. He knows this rough, thorny terrain far better than his giant rivals. With a quick leap, he dives deep into a patch of thick, sharp thorns. The hyenas are forced to stop instantly as the sharp thorns hurt their sensitive paws. From the safety of the thorny fortress, the honey badger turns around. He boldly taunts them, displaying his fierce and vocal defiance. The hyenas pace around the perimeter, frustrated by his strategic defense. This clever creature is not just tough, he is incredibly smart. He uses the harsh environment to neutralize their overwhelming physical advantage. Night falls over the savanna, bringing a cool, dark shadow. The hyenas track and find the honey badger once again. This time, the encounter occurs near a steep, rocky hill. The predators manage to corner him, leaving absolutely no room for escape. Facing three large foes, the honey badger does something completely unexpected. He suddenly goes completely limp, pretending to be dead. He lies perfectly still on the dusty ground, mimicking defeat. The curious hyenas slowly approach, sniffing his motionless body. Suddenly, the badger explodes into a burst of absolute fury. The startled predator recoils in pain, breaking their tight formation. The badger instantly bolts through the newly created gap to safety. Once again, brilliant survival strategy easily overcomes raw physical strength. Under the hot midday sun, we arrive at a vital watering hole. Both of these animal species desperately need to drink and cool down. 5 large spotted hyenas are already gathered at the muddy edge. Despite the danger, the solitary honey badger walks directly toward them. The hyenas let out a series of deep, warning growls. The honey badger completely ignores their threatening posture and steps forward. He calmly lowers his head to drink, showing absolute confidence. Aggravated by his boldness, one large hyena suddenly lunges forward. The badger instantly spins around, snapping his jaws with ferocious speed.
Stunned by his explosive counterattack, the hyena quickly backs off.
The rest of the pack watches in silent, tense amazement. Mutual respect has been earned through sheer, unyielding willpower. Let us examine why the honey badger wins the mental game. Hyenas hunt in coordinated packs, heavily relying on group support. If they lose their numbers, their confidence quickly fades away. In stark contrast, the solitary honey badger always fights entirely alone. Hyenas will easily give up if a task becomes too difficult. They calculate the risk versus reward before committing to a fight. But the relentless honey badger simply never, ever gives up.
Stunned by his explosive counterattack, the hyena quickly backs off.
The honey badger feels pain and only becomes significantly angrier. This psychological difference is what makes him so incredibly dangerous. Now we reach the time for our final, ultimate verdict. In a direct physical match, the hyena is obviously much bigger. Their massive jaws can inflict serious harm to any opponent. But in a psychological war of wills, the badger wins.
The pack of hyenas can certainly bruise and injure him.
However, they can never truly break his fierce, stubborn spirit. After 20 minutes of exhausting confrontation, the pack decides to leave. They realize the small prey is simply not worth the massive effort. The massive predators walk away into the distant golden savanna. The small warrior remains standing alone, the true king of survival. The epic showdown of honey badger versus hyena teaches us a lesson. True strength is never determined solely by physical size.
It is certainly not about having the greatest numbers in a group.
Ultimately, it is entirely about having an unbreakable heart. A small, compact body housing a completely fearless, giant spirit. A masterclass in resilience and courage against overwhelming odds. To our wildlife fans in Switzerland, Norway, New Zealand, and beyond, subscribe for more. Hello and goodbye. See you in our next exploration programs.